An international manhunt for a domestic worker. This shows how deep the syndicate's roots go. What precautionary advice do you have for owners? Good evening. Tonight on the London broadcast tapes, we flip the script. What happens when the person you trust with your keys, your home and your secrets? Before we expose the red flags every homeowner in London needs to watch for, hit subscribe and like to stay protected by our investigative series. Today we are joined by Mr. Julian, a security consultant for high-profile estates in Knightsbridge, who recently uncovered a sophisticated case. Julian, thank you for coming. You often warn owners about the perfect employee trap. Why is a servant who seems too perfect actually a primary cause for concern?
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. In my experience, a housekeeper who never makes a mistake, knows your schedule better than you do, and is invisible yet always... You recently dealt with a case in Mayfair involving a housekeeper named Clara. What was the first red flag that made the owners doubt her intentions?
It was her digital footprint, or lack of it.
Yeah.
She had excellent references from overseas, but when we dug deeper, those employers didn't exist.
Yeah.
Mere reflections to capture passwords, that is incredibly sophisticated. What precautionary measures should owners take during the initial hiring phase?
The first rule is never rely solely on paper references. Conduct a deep digital audit. If a housekeeper has no...
Inviting a ghost into your home.
Julian, let's talk about the study room incident. How did Clara manage to bypass the home's high-tech security system? She didn't bypass the security. She exploited the owner's trust. She observed the keypad for weeks, learning the master code just by
Observing the code without touching, pure psychological infiltration. What should owners do to protect their security codes from such silent observation? Always use biometric locks or change codes monthly.
Yeah.
Also, owners should be wary of a housekeeper who is overly helpful with tech tasks, like fixing a router.
installing spyware under the guise of cleaning. In Clara's case, did she manage to gain access to the family's financial documents or private business conversations?
She did.
Yeah.
She used a high-gain microphone hidden inside a common air freshener.
Yeah.
It was placed in the dining room, capturing sensitive board meeting.
An air freshener acting as a listening post. That is chilling. What are the signs that a household object might have been tampered with or replaced by an intruder?
Look for small changes, an object slightly out of place, a new device you don't remember buying, or a sudden drain in your Wi-Fi.
Detailed advice for every London homeowner. Julian, how did you finally catch Clara in the act without her realising she was being watched?
We set a digital trap. We leaked fake financial information during a dinner conversation and waited to see where that data would resurface.
Julian, what happened when the owners finally confronted Clara with the evidence of her betrayal? If the confrontation was calm, Clara stated she would release private recordings that would ruin their social standing in London.
Blackmail, the ultimate weapon of an insider. How should a homeowner handle a situation where an employee turns into an extortionist?
Never negotiate with a blackmailer. The moment you pay or stay silent, you are under their control forever. We advise the owners to immediately involve a digital forensics team. A race against time to secure the data. Did Clara have an accomplice outside the house who was managing the leaked information? Yes, she was part of a larger syndicate that specifically targets the Knightsbridge and Mayfair elite. They plant perfect staff to gain long-term access.
A coordinated syndicate, this is a warning for every high net worth individual. What are the legal steps an owner can take if they suspect their employee is part of a criminal ring?
Contact the police's specialised economic crime unit immediately. Do not attempt to seize the employee's phone or laptop yourself, as this can contain
Essential advice to preserve the chain of evidence. In the case of Clara, how did your team manage to neutralise her blackmail threat before it became public?
Yes. We tracked her encrypted uploads to a server in Eastern Europe. Working with international cybersecurity partners, we were able to block the app.
The digital shield held firm. But the psychological impact on the family must have been devastating. How did the owners react when they realised the family was shattered? The mother, in particular, felt a deep sense of violation. She couldn't believe that the woman who prepared her morning tea...
A devastating breach of trust. When a family feels this level of insecurity, what is the first step you take to help them reclaim their home from an insider threat?
We perform a zero-trust audit. Every smart device, every light bulb with a Wi-Fi chip, and every hidden corner is scanned. A zero-trust audit, treating everything as a potential threat. How can other owners in London perform a basic version of this check themselves?
Well, check your router's connected devices list. If you see a device named unknown or something that shouldn't be there, block it. Also, physical
Practical steps for immediate protection. In Clara's case, did she try to contact the family again after her digital leverage was destroyed? We were already monitoring the family's external communications. By then, the police had enough evidence to issue an international arrest warrant through Interpol, an international manhunt for a domestic worker. This shows how deep the syndicate's roots go. What precautionary advice do you have for owners? Never give your staff the main Wi-Fi password. Create a guest network for them that is isolated from your private devices.
Isolate the network to isolate the risk.
Julian, as the investigation into the syndicate continues, have more Claras been discovered in other wealthy London households?
Yes, the investigation led to 3 other properties in Chelsea. In each case, the individual had perfect references and a quiet demeanour, a pattern of systematic infiltration. What was the common mistake these different owners made that allowed such access? They all shared their basic Wi-Fi password for convenience. In doing so, they unwittingly gave an outsider a direct digital path to a simple password, leading to a total breach. Julian, what are the modern red flags in an employee's behaviour that should trigger an immediate security review?
Watch for an employee who asks too many indirect questions about your business trips or your digital habits.
Also, be wary if they seem unusual.
Detailed observation is key. How did the legal authorities manage to secure the leaked data before it could be misused by the syndicate?
We used a digital containment strategy. By working with the hosting providers, we were able to freeze the accounts where the data was being stored.
A major victory for cybersecurity. But what about the owner's mental peace? How do you advise a family to start trusting staff again after such an incident? Trust but verify. Enforce clear boundaries from day one. Use professional background screening services that specialise in corporate safety over suspicion. Julian, as we reach the final chapter of this investigation, what happened to the syndicate? Are London's elite
Several key members were identified across Europe. While the syndicate was disrupted, new groups always emerge. The safety of London's
A constant battle for privacy. Julian, what is your one final piece of advice for homeowners to ensure they never become a target for an insider threat? Treat your home's digital security as seriously as your front door lock. A professional relationship with your staff is healthy, but never let emotional comfort buy.
Wise words to live by. Julian, thank you for sharing these incredible insights and for helping our viewers stay one step ahead of potential risks. A pleasure. It was a pleasure, Sarah. Awareness is the best defence anyone can have in this modern age. Tonight's investigation shows that the perfect facade can sometimes hide the greatest risks. Our homes are our sanctuaries, and if you found this case study eye-opening, please support our channel. Your engagement helps us continue our investigative work across London. Don't forget to hit the like button and share this video with your friends and family. A simple share could prevent someone from a major security breach. Make sure you are subscribed to the London Broadcast Tapes for more exclusive stories from the heart of the capital.
Awareness is power. By staying informed, we create a safer community for everyone. Turn on the bell icon to be the first to know when our next investigation drops.
Next day, we go behind the scenes of another high-stakes London mystery. You won't want to miss it. Remember, in a world of smart homes, stay even smarter. Thank you for your time and for trusting us with your evening. We value your feedback, so please leave your thoughts in the comments section below. A final thanks to our security expert, Julian, for his professional guidance tonight. Until next time, stay safe and stay vigilant. Good night, London.